Okay, I just got done listening to Sunshine Soda's weak ass video. 5 reasons why manosphere doesn't work in the Philippines. I mean, this dude is a damn fool. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta call him out on this. He's trying to go at the manosphere. He's talking about how we over here, we just using the same talking points that a lot of these modern day chicks out here use against the men. He's trying to make it seem like the guys who are talking about this are just a bunch of pookies and ray-rays and unachievers. He's trying to link every guy in the manosphere with these pookies and ray-rays when that's not even the case at all. A lot of these guys are hard-working blue-collar men, white collars. A lot of these guys work in tech. Some of these guys, truckers, got their own business. Just that and the third. But he trying to make it seem like, oh, you guys basically are unachievers, and you think that these women are supposed to bow to your feet and shit like the 1800s. And it's like what the hell are you talking about, dude? That's a typical shaming tactic. And then he's saying that these guys, they react. They make reaction videos to some of these women, and they're making it seem like those women speak for all women. But guess what? They do speak for mass majority of them. A lot of women agree with the bullshit. A lot of these women are on that feminist, on that gynocracy, masandry bullshit. A lot of these shits out here, not all of them, but a lot of these shits out here got shit twisted. I don't know why you trying to make it seem like that's not the case. Like it's not that bad. It is that bad. He's trying to say that because men are still standing, it can't be that bad because most guys are still standing. You know why? Because most guys are blue pill. Most guys are conditioned to deal with the bullshit. You talking about it can't be that bad in the West? It is, bro. Society, dude. A lot of these guys, they're opting out of society. It's becoming a problem that the mainstream media is talking about this. What are you talking about, dude? The women, they're coming out complaining about, hey, where the men at? It's not enough men to go around. The women are complaining. And he's talking about how men, we helped create this environment. Well, I'm not going to say he's completely wrong because we did. A lot of these guys are here simping. Especially the men in power, the men making these laws and shit. They helped create this shit. He's talking about personal accountability. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not about to be held accountable for the bullshit that's going on in this society. How the backwards thinking of some of these people. He's talking about how that doesn't work in the Philippines. Like, no one's making an argument that the manosphere should even be in the Philippines. The whole argument is the West. What are you talking about? Guess what, though? Reasons why the manosphere can work in the Philippines. See, Sunshine Shoulders, he's coming at this from a very shallow point of view. He's talking about how he's not trying to dismiss what's going on in the West, the men's problem. If that was the case, like, why are you talking against the manosphere if that's the case? He's talking about how they don't offer any solutions. You just complain about the problem all day. It's like, first of all, you're inside the expat space. You're not even in the manosphere space. So how you know what we doing or what we not doing? If we're making the solutions or not we, because I'm not necessarily part of the manosphere. I watch the content, but how you know if they don't talk about solutions or not, and you're not even in that space, dude? You're in the expat space. You just now finding out what passport bros are. You just now finding out about passport bros in 2023. They've been around since 2021. Really, 2020. But you don't know what you're talking about, dude. I mean, you just now finding out about passport bros. So how can I take you serious about the manosphere? Like, if you feel this way about the manosphere, that just means that you've been watching content consistently from the black manosphere. You probably watched a few videos and think you got everything figured out, but you really don't know what you're talking about. These dudes do give solutions. You gotta talk about the problem, because every single day there's something. A new issue, somebody says some BS, someone sprouting some propaganda, or there's somebody sprouting some rhetoric, new rhetoric. It's something every single week, every single damn day. This is why a lot of times these guys can make content after content, because every day there's something. And then you're talking about how they're complaining and don't offer us solutions. They do. It's just you don't agree with the solutions. You don't even agree with the sentiments of these guys in the space. You don't, because you sitting out here trying to dog these guys out. You over here pointing your fingers at them and trying to be very critical of these guys. So obviously you don't agree with what they're saying. So how can you say they don't give solutions? They do. You just don't agree with them. And then you trying to say how guys are still there. Dude, most people are not even going to leave their block or state or 5 states away from where they're from. Most people ain't going to travel. They're going to stay the same place for their whole entire life. Let's try to use contents here. You taking things out of content just so you can serve your own little narrative. Again, I called this out in the previous video. Most guys ain't gonna travel. Most people ain't gonna travel. Most people don't even got their passports. Most people, you know why they still staying here? Because most people, they're conditioned. They've been conditioned already. They're used to this shit. And like, you can't throw stones when your house is made of glass. Like, you over here talking about how they're complaining, but you're outside of the matrix, outside of the rat race, right? And you're still complaining. You're complaining about expats and how they're moving down there in the Philippines. You're complaining about the Philippines. That's all your content is about. It's complaining about expats in the Philippines. You're complaining on your content. So it's like, do as I say, not as I does. And that's very hypocritical, dude. And no one ever said that all women in the West are bad. No one saying there's no good women whatsoever. But we at the point where the juice ain't even worth the squeeze. It ain't just about, see, this is why he doesn't know what he's talking about, because he's trying to he's just thinking that the men just complain about the women and shit. It is not just the women, it's the culture. It's the culture, the feminists, all the woke culture, all the super leftist shit, and how things are catering to the women than the men. And it's like, dude, if it ain't as bad as you think it is, why are you there? You in the Philippines. You saying all that in the Philippines. You talking your shit in the Philippines, dude. You not in America. Why you leave the West? And you think we capping? Why you couldn't make it work in America? Look, you like 60 years old. Look at the chick you wouldn't, you know, if you stay here in America, you wouldn't be able to get that type of chick who's damn near half your age. You wouldn't be able to get her. Just keep it a buck, you know this. Damn, masculinity is constantly thrown under the bus. Toxic masculinity. catcalling, male privilege, all this feminist ideology, all this social programming in this society. Guys are fed up, they're tired. Did you know in Sweden, which is another Western country, is that the women, they try to pass a law to prevent Sweden men from bringing their Thai wives to Sweden. I heard that the women in Switzerland try to do the same thing, try to prevent those Switzerland men to bring Filipinos to Switzerland. Feminism is a huge culture in the West. Not everywhere in the West, but in places like in America, it's a huge culture. That means like a lot of these women, they share the same sentiments. A lot of these shits, they want their cake and eat it too. Like, it's so bad that even Filipino women and Thai women are making videos clapping back at these Western women. Sunshine shoulders. Like, what are you talking about? See, this is not, you don't want to dance, bro. This is not a dance you want trying to come at the manosphere, dude. Like, you can stay in the expat community and talk crazy to them, but you're not going to come at the manosphere and thinking you can talk crazy to us. Thinking you can talk crazy to the manosphere and we ain't going to clap back, dude. Expect some clap back. Like, we're going to press you. So you're not used to getting pressed. You used to getting away with talking to expats crazy and talking about those Filipino chicks. And then, but seriously, going back to reasons why manosphere can work in the Philippines is that, one, the manosphere encourages men to not be a complete fool. Not to be a complete fool or pushover when it comes to these women. Because some of you expats, y'all go to the Philippines and then y'all wear y'all little hearts on your sleeves and then you be a complete fool out here and you wonder why you get taken advantage of. A lot of you dudes, you just giving money to these chicks and you doing it online. Giving money to these chicks online and never even met these chicks on personal level. Because I'm hearing some of these stories that some of these chicks playing some of these dudes. Like, you think you the only dude she talking to, she might be talking to another foreigner. And I remember you making a video talking about how, oh, we don't have a women problem, you have a women problem. And you said you don't necessarily agree how hard we go on them. And you said you rather be a soft fool. And that's a complete contradiction. You contradicting yourself, because why would you rather be a soft fool and then you over here complaining about how these expats are paying like $100 damn for a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, overly paying for everything, giving these women that money, they life savings, but you want to come at the manosphere. The manosphere teaches dudes not to do shit like that, not to freaking simp and overvalue them and not be a complete fool. That's one reason why the manosphere can work in the Philippines, because it's not necessarily about men versus women. It's really what it's not about. It's not about that. It's not some gender war shit. Like, the principles of the manosphere can apply everywhere on this damn globe. Yeah, female nature is universal. Yeah, women, maybe women are not all the same. Of course, women are not all the same. There's bad apples everywhere. There's good people everywhere, but at the same time, they got the same nature. Because if you show weakness, you don't think they won't take advantage of that. It don't matter if that from the Philippines or from the West. If you over here showing weakness and shit like that, being a complete fool, they're going to take advantage. You're going to get played out here. So that's one reason. Here's another reason. Red pill. Understanding female nature. That can apply in the Philippines or on the global level, because female nature is universal. All women have female nature, dude. Understanding them, how they operate, that can take you a long way no matter where you at on the globe. And that's important, because if you don't understand certain aspects of them, you're gonna get chewed and spit out. That's just the bottom line. You're screwed if you don't know certain elements when it comes to a lot of the ladies out here and how they operate. You're screwed if you don't understand. So that's one of the reasons why the manosphere can apply in the Philippines. Because you can be dealing with somebody, you don't even know the red flags. You can be completely oblivious to the red flags. And yeah, you gotta watch it with some of them in the Philippines or anywhere. I've heard the stories. Shout out to Black Filipino TV. He's starting to be more vocal on these stories. A dude had to call off the wedding because she didn't want to get married, and it turns out she was messing with another foreigner. Like these chicks, they're practicing hypergamy as well. Maybe not all of them, but some of them, they playing the same game that these modern day chicks in the West are playing. If you're not being careful, you might get got. And even Sunshine Sodas, he's talked about that on his channel, how dudes are coming down here in droves, and now the women, they're becoming more peaky now. The Filipino women are becoming more peaky. He spent a whole year complaining, whining and crying and complaining about that without solutions. Like he trying to say that the manosphere ain't doing, which is not true. You just don't like the solutions. And it's like, dude, like you outside the rat race. Like you don't even need to make videos. Just live your best life without filming anything and being on the internet. But you won't do that. I wouldn't even be making content like that, because I'll be living my best life. And then there's another reason. Being on your square. Like masculinity, masculine frame, how to have boundaries, basic principles on manhood. That can apply in the Philippines. I can also talk about networking, because the manosphere talk about networking. That's the fifth one. Networking with each other. Expats don't really network with each other like that. I ain't never heard Sunshine Sodas network with expats, other expats. And Passport Bros, they frequently in the manosphere. And it's really been the manosphere holding down the Passport Bros, defending them, going against the naysayers. And you got many of like the top Passport Bro content creators freaking in the manosphere. They networking, they creating their own apps. You got brothers talking about businesses. You got Passport Bros inside the manosphere teaching brothers how to do tech. Skills, gaining skills and resources. That's not something I see expats doing. Expats don't do that. So Sunshine Shoulders, he got this misconception on the manosphere. He seems to think that it's about gender war and men versus women. It's basically principles, understanding of men and women. These basic principles can apply anywhere on the damn globe. He's one of these guys who just want to be blue pill. He couldn't be blue pill in the States, in America, or in the West. So he left the West just to be blue pill there. I'm hearing the talk like, yeah, you do have to be somewhat red pill overseas. You got to be on your P's and Q's no matter where you at. You can't just completely drop your guard and just completely be a fool. Like, the old man is 60 years old. He ain't got much time. He's going to catch a heart attack thinking that he can come at the manosphere and ain't going to be no pushback. Cause let these dudes hear these talking points. Like the big content creators in the manosphere, like BGS Itmar. Yeah, I really want to see him and BGS Itmar go at it. That would be interesting. That would really be interesting. Cause they are about the same age. So you can't go into this conversation like he got more life experience. When the guy has he got grandkids, he got children, he got kids and grandkids. And he's saying the same shit that we're saying, basically. The gynocracy, the West. Yeah, it's that bad. And I'm done. The dude's a clown.